What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Dashing, and we're here again back for another Yu-Gi-Oh review. So let's check out some games from our True Draco deck. So this was like the first deck I built. Um, when I got into the meta, I noticed that everyone was summoning shit tons of monster 24/7, and I don't really like that. It's very unappealing to me that I need to do, you know, 8 to 10 summonings, 5 card effects in my first turn. Like shit. That's some people like that. Some people feel like they're playing. I feel I'm playing when I'm making actual decisions, not just, clicking card effects and shit. So yeah. Um We'll check out the first replay. So True Draco is one of the first. It is the first deck I built that I found really engaging. Tons of decision makings to do. To some extent, it does play itself, but nowhere near the level of the other top 20 decks. This one has a lot of flexibility and decision making. Like literally, you can easily fuck up your field if you click the wrong answer when it asks you for like yes or no shit. So we use that card, Summon Dynamite. Yo, this is actually... I think this is... So this is like a Volcanic deck. I didn't quite read what those effects were. So I don't quite understand. Okay, so it looks like this card here has an effect that, if it's sent to the graveyard, you can like send the other 2 copies of it from the graveyard and then destroy all opponent's monster. Wow, okay. But I guess you can only use it once unless you're able to like recycle the 3 cards. So yeah, he probably used like the first card to like summon this card or get it to the hand and then discard it, something like that. I don't know. I didn't read the whole thing. I'm just assuming at this point. So yeah, we tribute the magic card to destroy that card, which prompted this like chain reaction. And I'm basically taking 500 for every one of those scatter shots. A very solid turn for him. Able to take out my Mon, and we kinda need one of our ace cards so that we can, have a Mon and we don't just lose the game next turn. We go terraforming, get our field card diagram, the Dragonic diagram. This is one of the best field cards in my opinion. Holy shit. You can just destroy one of your cards and you basically search for, a True Draco card, which is like half the deck. So yeah, we summon this one. We destroy that with a trap offer. It does some out of play shit here. We chain that to get more resources. Then we can also use this card to like draw more cards, get more resources since Dynamite and the other trap. Oh, even a magic card. Yeah, that's right. So we got 3 draws there. Very good. Holy shit. He apparently had this card, Volcanic Counter, which is basically like a dimension wall that's activated from the graveyard. Holy shit. That's some dangerous tech right there. Very dangerous. I have to be careful with that. Because, burn decks with those kinds of effects that you return the attack, that could kill you like straight up. Brings out Solar Flare Dragon. This is something one of my homies, Yasuna, used to use back in, high school. So I'm very familiar with this card. Activates the effect. We can just chain that to get more resources. Our life points are getting dangerously low. The good thing about Diagram as well is I don't need to worry about my backline getting filled. I can always destroy one. So I summon Dynamite here, offer the magic card so that we can destroy a card. He actually chains the Roar. We can chain that to get another spell card. More resources. This deck just, it's really strong when you have the resources. And it has... The engine itself is really good with keeping up those resources. So yeah, I just used the Apocalypse there, destroy the magic card, to like destroy the Blaze Accelerator. But apparently it doesn't work like that since I already destroyed like a card like that before. So I won't be able to destroy this one. So bit of a misplay, but not really a big deal since, it free ups my backline for, King's Return, which is something that could come to play later on. Like, I just need to attack this guy and he kinda loses. But I have to be careful there's no volcanic counter on the graveyard because that one's really, Oh yeah, fuck! I forgot about Threatening Roar. Ghost Raigeki here. That's fine, we can just chain something. It's not a beatdown deck, so I don't need to worry about, getting one shot here. And I do have Return. I have Return here, so I can block at least one attack. I have Solemn Strike here, so we can fuck up one card. And I have Demise, which is basically a comeback factor of this deck. This is the deck's strongest comeback factor. I draw 3 cards and suddenly the game is 50-50. Alright, so he's able to return some cards there. So yep, I just go for return. Summon this one. He can kill it, but I could activate this one to lower its attack, which I probably would have done. Because I wanted Dynamite to survive, so next turn, I have another Mon. I can summon another Mon. So yeah, I use Apocalypse, destroy the magic card, so we can destroy one of his traps. I kinda had the feeling his traps were, burn related, so I didn't have a problem destroying the Demise with the diagram there. So yeah, it's chaining the scatter shots again. That's fine. Alright, so I can only summon 2 cards. So yeah, he uses the effect that destroys all my mons. And then does the whole 500, 500, 500. This is actually a sick combo. You're competing with somewhat of a meta deck, right? True Draco is a meta deck. And you're competing with it pretty, pretty competitively, I guess. Yeah, so we bring back Dynamite with return, offer it to have Ignis. Take out the Mon. We end our turn. Match is kinda neck to neck. It really depends on, I think the good part here is I have Strike. So even if he activates like, what do you call that card? Volcanic counter from the graveyard. I do have a tech to remove that. So, I do have some confidence attacking knowing that we have this ace in the hole. So he apparently pays 500 to like return 1 card to the hand. So he's within kill zone from one attack of our mons. This is actually a really good card as well. If you're able to like keep one mon on the field, a really good card. I'm not really sure why I did that. I guess it didn't matter. Yeah, I wanted to offer it for this one in case he had like mons like, you know, or traps that had a single target. If I had 3 mons attacking, I could guarantee the end of the game here. But reveals Waboku, that's fine. If anything, I just use my abilities here to get another magic on the field so that I could destroy it and destroy his other resources. I guess I already used this, but yeah, he probably ran out of, you know, Waboku's threatening roars, you know, stall card, so solid win. But yeah, very surprising deck, Volcanic deck. That was a very old strat, I guess, an old engine. But yeah, we're able to get the dub there. Our next game, I forgot which one this was. Actually, the next two, or the last one, I don't remember that as well. But yeah. Oh yeah, I think the last one was Timelord. We were fighting Timelord. We get a pretty shitty hand, except for the diagram. So the diagram kind of makes up for the shitty hand. We destroy, of course, Upstart Goblin because it's fucking useless if you have diagram. So I get that card, summon this, use this card to draw a card. And then if it was like another monster, I could tribute it, summon it, and then we have 2 monsters that can get resources next turn. Alright, so I chained the effect here. Oh, okay, this is the Time Lord game, not the next one. Alright. Oh, yep, I remember that. Okay, so this was a heads-up play from us. It destroys our 2 cards, but I actually use Apocalypse to summon Dynamite using the destroyed card. So, heads-up play. Because of that, we're clean, right? The deck, our field is clean, and we don't really have a way to like negate the 4K from Michion. This deck struggles against Michion. We have 0 tech for this, aside from like skill drain and Monarch's Erupt. But I'll give like a spoiler. It takes forever for us to get Monarch's Erupt. Tribute someone, get Ignis. You can use return back the Maiden. That card returns. That's fine. I use that to get resources. This is gonna be a long game, I could tell. But it instantly ends once we get like Monarch's Erupt. Activates Maiden, gets Raffion. So this is like a generic Time Lord deck. He's using all the Time Lords. Alright, so if you don't know what's happening here, I'm actually using a very cool strategy. Once he attacks, during the damage step, I use Apocalypse to destroy my Mon, so the battle gets cancelled, so he won't be able to attack again. So this is gonna be what's continuing for the whole duel. He'll summon a Mon, he'll attack, I activate it during damage step, I destroy my Mon, and use return to bring it back. The important part here is I want to keep a Mon on the field that has been tribute summoned, so that when I do draw out the Monarch Erupt, I'm good to go. As well as, you know, if he finds a way to summon multiple Michions, I can only prevent one from doing damage. So typically, these types of decks don't really have ways of, you know, reliably, consistently getting multiple Time Lords on the field. So normally your ops is one of the quick play Magic card and the Monster Reborn, something like that. So you can get like 3 cards there. But yeah, look at our hand. We have resources for days. For days. And we're just waiting. Alright, summons another Time Lord, goes for an attack. I'm not sure if he hasn't realized what I was doing. Or, you know, he has some tech in the deck. If this was my burn deck, if I was playing my burn deck, I would have already lost. There's no way I could live this many turns, have this many resources on the field, and still be alive. My HP is 4k. That's basically 2 just desserts and I'm dead. So yeah, I finally got it. Monarchs are up. So we finish the game next turn. Holy shit, 3 Dynamites on the field. That is a sight to behold. Oh. A props to Z1. He took the beating like a man. That was very well played. I could see a lot of players not realizing a win con from that because it is kinda, you know, tricky. But yeah, if you're one of those, you know, top level players, that's something you could definitely look for. Which, you know, we may not be that top tier in this meta, but back in the day, we were up there. We were winning tourneys and whatnot. But yeah, the meta is just not really that appealing to me, so, you know, I'm not sure if I'll be running one of those decks that, you know, decks like Tri-Brigade, like Drytron, Altergeist, you know, those types of decks, those doesn't seem too appealing to me. But we'll see, you know, I might get tired of this too and might wanna use a deck that's even more boring. I don't know. Alright, so we use, we get Heritage early. We have a pretty decent hand. Able to bring out Dynamite, and we have Monarch Serap on the field. Very good turn. It's always an amazing turn if you can get Dynamite, a trap card, Monarch Serap, and any other resources, just gravy. This is one of our best turns. Let's see what the opponent does. Okay, Prosperity. We can just chain that with return. I only reveal return at this point because, you know, it's gonna keep prompting me to activate it. So, you know, I don't really care if they know that I have this card. I decided to put it in my hand just in case I get dusted afterwards. I'm not out of the game. I do have resources still. What is that card? The grass looks greener. Holy shit, I got surprised by this one. Basically, if you have more cards than your in your deck than your opponent does, send cards from the top of the deck to the graveyard so you have the same number of cards as your opponent. So I only had 28 left, and he had like still, you know, 40 something. So like he just shredded the deck, and I was like, oh my god, what is this deck that involves, you know, shredding a lot of these. I activate Monarch's Erupt, so there's, you know, no surprises. So he has Gozuki. I don't know what that does, but it is a zombie, so I'm thinking Eldlich. And I guess this is like an Eldlich continuous spell. So we're playing Eldlich. Okay, I think the matchup is maybe, it's definitely in his favor if you know, he's able to like clean us up. It's easier for his deck to bounce back than ours, I would say. Interesting. Alright, I'll let you guys know what happened there in the end sequence of that. So basically what happened was, I don't know if it was another card or Eldlich itself that had this ability where you discard it with another card and then you can destroy one spell or trap from the opponent's side. Oh no. The key word there is move it to the graveyard. So he was under the impression that if he moved that spell card from us to the graveyard, it wouldn't activate like the graveyard effect. Because our play 100% there was to use one of our cards to destroy the spell, that card, and that would allow us to like destroy his backline. So he didn't want that to happen. So he offered those two cards to destroy my card, but it's still activated there. I remember once it prompted the whole would you like to activate this effect? So he knew that that card took effect, and he just gave up from that point. So you know, so the game wasn't too interesting, I guess. The interesting part there was definitely those two interactions. The first one was with the whole card that, you know, lets him discard his deck until he matches the opponent. That was very interesting. Haven't seen that before. And the last interaction where he tried to like remove my card, but the effect still happened. So it's kind of a good feeling that, you know, your main deck, this is like my main deck, does have the phrasing of the cards are in a way that, you know, even if it does cheeky stuff like not destroying it, just moving it, the effect still happens. So that's cool. So yeah, that's gonna be the video. If you guys have any suggestions or what, feel free to put them in the comments. If you guys want to, you know, have questions for me, or if I get confused in some duels, feel free to like put it in the comments what's happening in those particular turns, so I learn as well. The game is so convoluted at this point that it takes a lot of effort to learn. Every card has paragraph effects, which is, you know, that doesn't get me hard. Okay, that I don't get hard for that. So yeah, that's gonna be the video. If you guys like the content, like, comment, subscribe if you want to support your boy even more. Links to Patreon down in the description, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers.